Well, hey folks, we're back over on the river. If you're new to the channel, this is a river that we come to for some gold. Do a little gold prospecting here. We got a high banker here. Get that set up pretty soon. But yeah, this is beautiful New York State. The leaves are coming on. Not a lot of gold in the state, just fines and flakes that was brought down by the glaciers. And before we leave today, after we make some gold, as they say, there's a field just over that way, not too far, that's recently been plowed. And we had some good rain last night, so maybe there's an arrowhead or two exposed, and we'll go over and take a look. But until then, let's get this high banker set up and start making some gold. All right, good times. Well, all right, we got one run through there. Almost a whole tank of gas. I like to shut it off before it runs out. Well, we got some black sands at one time. I looked and the box was tipped way off on its side, and it blew a bunch of material out of there. Hopefully we didn't lose any gold, but let's get this stuff in a bucket and then into a pan and have a quick look at it. All right, we got her all cleaned up out of the bucket in a pan. We're already starting to see a little bit of gold. Just started pulling it back. There's 2 or 3 little dots there. Let me zoom in a bit. Now you can see that dot. A couple dots right there. And we just started pulling it back, so this might be a good one, even though we had it tipped to the side a little bit. I'm using my old trusty Garrett pan. Is this the Garrett? Let's look. No, this is the Weiss pan, Proline. Just about like the Garrett, but they're still good little pans. I had material in my super sluice and big blue, so I had to bring this pan. But let's get this pulled back and we'll have a little better look at it. Alright, let's see if we can give you a kind of a look at this. I'll zoom in here. See a piece right there. See them scattered in there, up and around and about. Down the black sand a little bit. So we're not going to do a proper cleanup here. We'll do it at home on the cleanup sluice, and we're not going to waste a lot of time looking at the gold now. We're just going to get back to running and try to beat this rain and maybe have a little time to go find an arrowhead or two. Alright, having fun. Well, we're all set up and ready to go again. I like having this valve on here, actually. The only reason it's on there is because I didn't have the right plumbing to hook up into my high banker, so I had to use something to bring those 2 male ends together, and that's all I had at the time. But the good thing about it is I can shut the water off so it doesn't come back down the line to the pump. So when I turn it back on, it's already primed and ready to go because I didn't lose the water back out of there. So that works pretty well. Now we can look in the river and see, hopefully you can see this. It's a little bit lighter color down here. And then as you come up, it gets darker. You see that? That's undisturbed. That's where we dug. So we can start right here, and what I do is just come in down on the lower level. There's like a very hard pack, and it does have some clay in it. I just try to follow that right up. Just keep working my way up. So that's the plan, man. Get this baby fired up, get her level, and start running. Alright, having fun. Hey, how about a prospector tip of the day, huh? Now this tip doesn't go without saying that I believe prospectors are one of the biggest stewards to the environment, but we're always getting harassed about what we do sometimes. So the tip is, whenever you're using motorized equipment around the river or creek or wherever you're working, to avoid any spills into the environment, don't fill your tank all the way. As you notice I've done here, I got the machine tipped back just a slight bit, so it's full on the back side, but I didn't fill it all the way up because it's very easy to watch the gas start filling up and all of a sudden it's coming out the spout leaking all over the place, and you don't want that. Don't want to be getting in trouble. I want to keep this hobby alive. The other part of that tip is your gas can. Keep it up away from the water, because if an environmentalist, a conservation officer, anybody came and they saw your can down by the water, they could question and come down and look, and they find just a little bit of gas there and they could give you a ticket, and not a good day. So that's just a tip. Don't fill your tank all the way up so you don't have any spills out of the spout. Leave your can up away from the water. All right. Alright, we got run number 2 through the high banker. Get this stuff cleaned up and see if there's any gold. I saw 2 little itsy bitsy tiny specks in there so far, just looking at it. So let's get that in a bucket and in a pan and have a quick look at it. Alright, we got that last run all cleaned up. It's in a pan. I pull it back really quick. Let me show you the colors in it. We'll zoom in. There we go. Some colors in there. They go around there. A couple in the black sand. I pull it back really quick so we know there's some down in the bottom of the pan as well. Okay, we're going to get all this into our container there. We got the first set of cons in that can. Put the next one in. Get everything loaded up, and we're going to go and try to find an arrowhead or 2 before the storm comes. If it does. Let's go give that a try though. Sure is getting nice out. Look there, I was getting all my cons in my bucket there. I see a glass bottle. It might be an old one. Went and fetched the stick so I can get it dug out of there. Nope, just a corner. That would have been cool, huh? We'll take this, and then there's a Pepsi bottle there. Little bits of trash. We'll pick all that stuff up and get it off the beach. Alright, let's go. Okay, we made it back home. Out in the gold room here. Got all of our cons. We'll get that all classified out. Get rid of this garbage. Get the rocks out of it. We'll classify it down to 1/8 inch and run it over the cleanup sluice and see what gold we get. I'm excited to see what colors we get out of there. That was a lot of fun. Now let's see what our reward is. Alright. Having fun. Alright, here's our littles. All the lights are on top, of course. Underneath it's all pretty much just black sand down in there. Medium to fine. Medium fine to fine in size. You can see some garnet sand in there too. And then I just added the bigs to this bucket. We got a whole bunch of bigs. I got another bucket full too that we'll go through sometime, but let's get this baby running. Get that speed adjusted a little bit. It's running a little hot. Alright, throw a little spoonful on there and then we'll get to going. Somebody in my comments mentioned that the picture was wrong or something, so I just remember that, so I turned the picture sideways. Maybe that'll help. Alright, it's not quite cleaning out the way I want it to. Let's give it a little more juice. Just a little. Alright, I'm going to give that a second and see how it runs. It looks like it's starting to clear out pretty good. I might have to turn it down just a little bit, but I'll get you set up on the tripod and we'll watch this run for a little bit. See what gold we get. Alright. I don't know, I'm going to have to get used to filming with the camera sideways. It doesn't quite fit in the tripod and stay centered in line. The camera doesn't, so I'll have to figure that out some other time. But anyway, let's feed some of this. I think I got you so you can see pretty good. Okay, we got that stuff all run over the cleanup sluice, all of our high baking cons. Letting it clean out on its own here for a minute. And then we'll do a final cleanup and see what gold we got out of there. Check out some of these other channels. They all make pretty cool content. Alright, let's have a look at the cleanup sluice. It's raining pretty hard outside, I can hear it. loaded up right there on that corner right there. Not loaded up, but there's several pieces. Alright, I'm going to shut this off and maybe we can have a better look at it. Okay, we got it shut off and I can see some gold in there. The glare on there, you're not going to be able to see it very good. But I see a little bit of gold here and there. You might be able to see it. Let's get that stuff in a pan and have a better look at it, huh? Alright, let's do that. Okay, I got it all in a pan. I started pulling it back. Those pieces of gold right there are the biggest gold that we've got in that area, that spot. Can we zoom in? Yeah. Those are pretty good sized pieces for that area. For New York, they're not bad pieces. I think we're learning that spot pretty good. Alright. Let me keep working at this and we'll see what it looks like. Got another piece in there, a bunch of other fine stuff. I guess you can't really see it with the glare. Another bigger piece there. Another bigger piece there. One down here. A few dots here and there. It's looking really good. This might be the best cleanup that we've had from New York State. Alright. Alright, alright. Alright, I got it all cleaned up. I haven't looked at it all in total yet either, so let's look at it together. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. Look at it. That's the best cleanup I've ever had in New York. That's amazing. It's an amazing cleanup. Hang on just a second. Get some of this water out of here. No way. No way. Look at it. That's my best New York cleanup ever. Let me roll some of that black sand out of there so we can get a better look at it. I'm trying to get the glare off it. Alright, let me get some of that black sand rolled off there some more. Alright, give me just a minute. Okay, I got that black sand rolled out of there. Look at this. Remember I was counting every little dot when we were getting, wasn't it like 60, 70? This is also 2 runs. The last time we were over there, I think it was 2 runs. It was the best yet. This is 2 runs. How many little pieces are in there? 300? 200? 300? And those larger pieces actually have some character to them. Let me see, zoom in maybe. They got some character. Boy, I am pretty amazed at that. That's the best New York cleanup I've ever had. I mean, I got that picker last year, but this is a pretty awesome cleanup. Alright, alright. That was a lot of fun. I did not expect that. Well, folks, thanks for coming along on that little adventure over the river. We got 2 runs to the highbanker, and we did pretty good. That's the best cleanup I've ever had in New York State. Not the biggest goal. We got that picker last year, but that run right there, those 2 runs put together, that was the best cleanup I've ever done in New York State. That's pretty good. I'd say we're learning that area pretty well. Check out some of these channels. Subscribe to them if you like their content. It doesn't cost a penny to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything at all. If you like this video or my other ones, give them a thumbs up. Helps to build my channel. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a pretty good giveaway. Check that out when we get there. Hopefully you're there. Join us along the way. Alright, until next time, and as always, have fun.